The ad came up on my phone at midnight, glowing like it knew I was desperate. Janitor needed Blackwater Academy, night shift, cash paid. I was nearing 40, broke, and still stinging from losing my warehouse job. No address, just a number to text. I sent a message, got a reply within seconds. Come now, don't be late. My gut twisted, but rent was due, and I had nothing else. I drove my beat-up truck through the foggy outskirts of town, the road narrowing until Blackwater Academy loomed ahead. A squat, gray building with blacked-out windows, like it was hiding from the world. A scarred mastiff sat by the gate, its eyes locked on me, unblinking. I parked, grabbed my toolbox, and walked to the entrance, feeling the dog's stare on my back. The door was unlocked, creaking open to a dim lobby. A note was pinned to the front desk. Marco, your uniform is in locker 12. Follow the rules. My name, written in sharp black ink, sent a chill down my spine. How did they know I hadn't given it? Inside locker 12 was a crisp janitor's uniform, my size exactly, and a list of rules. Clean all 6 rooms tonight. Do not speak to occupants. Do not remove items. Do not record or photograph. Leave only when every door opens. I changed, my hands shaking, and grabbed the cleaning supplies stacked neatly beside the locker. The first door was down the hall, heavy and cold under my palm. It clicked open. The room was a ballroom, frozen in time. Pale figures stood mid-dance, their faces blank, eyes milky. They didn't move, but I felt them watching as I swept the floor. Dust swirled, catching the faint light, and I swear it formed shapes, hands, faces, before settling. My broom felt heavier with each pass, like the room was fighting me. I mopped fast, avoiding their gaze, and polished the mirrors lining the walls. My reflection looked wrong. Too pale, too thin. The door locked behind me when I left, a loud click that echoed. The second room was worse. A tiny mouse family, real living mice, scampered around a bleached human skeleton propped in a chair. They'd built nests in its ribcage, tiny beds of shredded cloth. The air smelled of decay, sharp and sweet. I swept carefully, my stomach churning as the mice squeaked and darted over the bones. One stared at me, its eyes too human, too knowing. I mopped the floor, polished the chair's arms, and got out fast. The door locked, same as before. The third room looked normal, a classroom with desks and a chalkboard. But the air was thick, like breathing through wet cloth. I swept, and the dust seemed to whisper, low and angry. The chalkboard had writing I hadn't noticed. You left her. My chest tightened. I hadn't thought of Lisa, my sister, in years. Not since our fight. Not since I walked away. I mopped faster, the words blurring in my head. The door clicked shut behind me. The fourth room was another classroom, but the desks were scratched. Claw marks deep in the wood. A faint hum filled the air like a distant scream caught in a loop. I cleaned, my hands moving on autopilot, but the hum grew louder, burrowing into my skull. I polished the teacher's desk and my fingers brushed a carved name. Lisa. My heart stopped. I hadn't told anyone about her. The door locked as I stumbled out, my breath short. The fifth room was a nightmare. Meat hung from hooks, swaying like it was alive. A horned figure, a butcher maybe, stood in the corner, sharpening a cleaver. He didn't look at me, but his presence pressed against my chest, heavy and wrong. The floor was slick with something I didn't want to name. I swept, mopped, polished, keeping my eyes down. The cleaver's scrape never stopped. When I finished, the door locked, and I nearly ran to the next. The sixth door opened to Liza's kitchen. Not a copy, her actual kitchen, down to the chipped mugs and the stain on the counter from when we spilled wine, laughing years ago. My knees buckled. She wasn't there, but her voice was whispering from the walls, "You left me, you let it happen." I saw flashes, our childhood, the fights, the night she begged me to stay and I didn't. The room smelled of her perfume, sharp and real. I cleaned, tears stinging my eyes, sweeping away memories I'd buried. The mop shook in my hands as I scrubbed the floor, polished the table. The whispers stopped when I finished, but the silence was worse. The door locked, and I was alone again. I staggered back to the lobby, my body heavy like I'd aged a decade. Every door was open now, just like the rules said. The Mastiff was inside, sitting by the front desk, staring. A stack of cash waited in the janitor's room, crisp hundreds, more than I'd seen in years. No note, no explanation. I pocketed it, my hands cold, and left. The dog followed me to my truck, then vanished into the fog. I drove home, the money burning a hole in my pocket. It paid my rent, bought groceries, kept the lights on. But every night I saw those rooms, the dancers, the mice, the butcher, Liza's kitchen. I couldn't sleep without checking the locks, without hearing that cleaver scrape. A week later, another text came. "Blackwater needs you come tonight." I went. The same rules, the same rooms, but different horrors each time. One night the dancers reached for me, another the mice spoke my name. Liza's kitchen was always last, always waiting. I kept going back. The money was good, better than any job I'd had. The rules kept me safe, as long as I followed them. Don't speak, don't take, don't record. Clean and leave. Each night chipped away at me, left me hollower, but I couldn't stop. Someone had to sweep those floors, mop those stains, polish those mirrors. Someone had to face the secrets Blackwater held. Secrets about me, about Liza, about things I'd run from my whole life. I'm still the janitor. The Mastiff waits for me every night, its scars deeper, its eyes brighter. Clean. I survive. I take the cash. But sometimes, when I'm polishing the last table in Liza's kitchen, I hear her voice, clear as day. "You can't leave now." And I know she's right.